Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the ENACT and JinkoSolar joint webinar. My name is Shelley Cornelius. I am the marketing manager for ENACT Systems. And we just think from both companies, thank you for joining our webinar today. So ENACT is the #1 solar software for solar and storage businesses. We're an all-in-one cloud platform for design, financing, installation, and asset management. And today we'll be discussing Jinko's newest product, the Eagle RS battery, as well as exciting new upgrades to ENACT's ENVISION software and our mobile end customer app Engage. So we have today joining the call is Mark Chapman, our Director of Energy Sales at ENACT. Vince, he is the Customer Success Manager at ENACT. And Todd Nguyen, he is the Director of Energy Storage Sales at Jinko. So we'll kick it off with Todd jumping into Jinko and give a little bit of context of what Jinko is about and their newest products. So thank you again for joining, and we'll go ahead and get started.
Thanks, Shelley. Are you indexing the slides? Okay, yeah, I see it now. Okay, all right. So can you index the next slide, please? Next slide. Okay, hi everyone, thanks for joining. Just a little bit about myself. As Shelley mentioned, I'm the Director of Sales for Energy Storage at Jinko. I've been in the industry in solar and storage for just over a decade now, and I've worked at a variety of companies and variety of roles from sales, product management through to new business product launches. And I'm excited to talk to you about Jinko's newest product, the Eagle RS today. Next slide, please. So as most of you know, Jinko, when you think about Jinko, you think of one of the largest solar module companies in the world. And so I won't get into too much details in terms of the numbers, but I just wanted to highlight a couple of things with respect to the numbers that you see here and what we are taking from that and extending into the battery storage space. So first is the revenue number, $5.3 billion in revenue in 2020, one of the largest renewable energy companies in the world, and the expert local logistics, right? So that's going to allow us to service our customers who buy directly from us, but also those who buy through one of our many authorized distributors throughout the country. Next slide, please. So in terms of Jinko's approach to the energy storage marketplace, being a longtime leader in the U.S. solar industry, we work with the leading developers, EPCs, and distributors. And the common refrain that we've been getting over the past couple of years is they're looking for another battery storage option from a trusted supplier. And so we listened, and after a couple of years in development, Jinko now offers a one-stop shop for solar plus storage that our customers have been asking for. So from a utility and C&I perspective, we'll work with our customers to design and specify an optimized solution for their projects. And that would then extend from the purchasing all the way through to contracting, service, and O&M. Similarly, for residential, which I'll be focusing this conversation on today, we're going to be providing a complete solution from the hardware, battery storage, the battery, the inverter, as well as the software, and it's optimized for solar plus storage applications. Bottom line, now Jinko has the ability to offer an integrated energy storage solution that's sold, delivered, and supported by the Jinko US team. And so what that means to our customers is that simplifies the upfront sales, the O&M, as well as the warranty management, so that they're not working with multiple suppliers. Next slide, please. So here's the Eagle RS. It's a 7.6 kilowatt, 26.2 kilowatt hour LFP battery. couple things to highlight. I'll go through and point out that this is a DC coupled solution. The advantage of this is that when installed with solar applications, you don't need to purchase a separate PV inverter, which then reduces your overall system cost. It does utilize LFP batteries, lithium iron phosphate, which are inherently safer than the more some of the nickel metal cobalt technologies out there. It is an outdoor rated solution, so it can be either installed indoors or outdoors, but it does have a NEMA 4X and it's IP55 rated. The installation is flexible. What you see in the picture here is a floor-mounted design, a wall-mounted design, but it can also be mounted on the floor as well to provide you with even more flexibility. One of the advantages that we believe here is that from a warranty perspective, is that it's a single warranty for the hardware and the software from Jinko. So Jinko is the point of contact for service and support. And for the monitoring, which comes with the system, we partner with ENACT to use its cloud software platform called Engage, and that will provide system monitoring for the homeowner and the fleet management software used by the installers. Next slide, please. So I've touched on a lot of these points here already, but wanted to highlight a couple things with respect to the capabilities of the system with respect to its usage. So the battery, as I mentioned, is 26.2 kilowatt hours of batteries, and it's paired with a 7.6 kilowatt inverter during when it's working in grid support mode, and in backup mode, when the power is out, it can provide up to 6 kilowatts of power. As I mentioned before, it is outdoor rated, and jumping back here with respect to backup, it supports a 48 amp backup load. So for most of your applications, this should be more than enough in terms of providing, critical loads in your home. Next point, please. Thank you. So as I mentioned before, we've partnered with ENACT to provide the homeowner with a single solution for both the solar and the storage performance. In many cases, when you're adding in a solar and storage solution that don't come from one manufacturer, you're going to have to go through multiple software platforms to see how your system is operating. This provides a single point of interaction for either on the web or through a mobile application. And so with that, I'll pass it on over to Vince, who will go into more details on the ENACT and Engage platforms.
Thank you, Todd. So my name's Vince Bitts. I'm the Customer Success Manager here at ENACT Systems. I have over a decade's worth of experience in customer success within energy, including work at Pacific Gas and Electric Company, which is one of the largest combination natural gas and electric utilities in the US, as well as at Clearway Energy, one of the largest developers and operators of clean energy products. And now here I am at ENACT Systems. As Todd mentioned, Jinko and ENACT Systems have collaborated on a complete system monitoring through the Engage platform. The Engage platform is available through the web, as well as our mobile apps for iOS and Android, which I'll walk you through now. It is also accessible by installers and their customers. On this first page, you're going to see the power flow, which is a visualization of where electrons are going to come from between the grid, home, solar panels, and storage. It gives you historical information on generation, as well as the positive impact on the environment. On the next two slides, you're going to see how Engage serves as a single source of truth and compares actual versus estimated numbers in the quote. First off, we have solar savings, which shows you the comparison for solar savings between the actual and estimated numbers. On the next slide, you're going to see the comparison for solar production. And now we're on to grid consumption, which highlights the pre-estimated and actual consumption numbers. What we found, this is good when customers come back to installers and say, my energy bill isn't as low as it should be. Why hasn't it gone down? Well, this is an excellent way to show, well, your consumption is higher, your actual consumption is higher than what was estimated or pre-solar. In terms of battery storage performance, it shows you the actual charge, and it can also indicate whether there's an issue with the system in terms of not charging or discharging. With the site details, you're going to see everything in one place, including the site information that includes the address and system size, as well as hardware information, including information about the hardware, inverters, and additional information such as with the battery storage. And then your information will be there as the service provider, as well as tariff information. And so these are all of the features that you're going to see either on the web or in our app. With that said, I'm going to pass this over to our Director of Energy Services, Mark Chapman.
And just to chime in, any questions you have, please leave in the Q&A section, and we'll have some delegated time afterwards to answer questions live with the team. So let's take it over to you, Mark.
Thanks, Shelley. Thanks, Vince. Really good updates. We're really excited to work with Jinko on their energy storage options. And we're trying to provide a software platform that can enable installers through the entire journey, not only from managing the lead, proposal, workflow management of the actual installation, and then the actual app that's going to be tracking the actual system performance. So we're really enabling installers to have a one-stop shop to manage their project lifecycle using products like the Eagle RS battery from Jinko, as well as their other solar panel options. It's a really clean option to go through here. So I want to go through, we're a little out of order today, is the actual beginning side of ENACT, which is the ENVISION side, where we have a software platform that enables installers to design, price, quote, and manage the actual installations of their project. So just want to go through a couple of the updates that we've made on our software platform lately. If you can go to the next slide, Shelley, please. We've got some really big releases upcoming. We've got a complete refresh of our user interface, what we're calling ENVISION 2.0. Also making consistent upgrades to our design platform so that you can design any distributed energy project across the world. We have a full library of utility rates. And now we're working on creating more accurate designs with 3D modeling and shading, which you can see a little example of on the next slide. And if we go just to the next slide, we have just kind of a little quick demo of the ENVISION platform going from the actual lead setup. So it works as an actual pipeline manager and CRM. You're able to configure any type of project. Again, we have a full library of utilities and utility rates so that you can build and create a customer's load profile in just minutes, whether you have annual kilowatt hour or dollar amounts, or if you want to upload an actual interval file from a green button or utility API in order to do a complete energy storage analysis. Again, we've got some new updates to the design platform where we are able to actually model any building in 3D. That's going to enable us to then also model the actual shading, whether that's from local obstructions, also using National Renewable Energy Laboratory data for our generation models. So we're really enhancing the ability of our platform to, again, quickly design and assess any building for a PV installation, and as well then model the effects and savings necessary that would be result from a energy storage addition to that system. So we're enabling, installers to have their own custom templates for the workflow profiles. They can also have their own custom hardware library. So if they have the actual Jinko solar modules and battery modules, they can have those uploaded in their platform so that they can have custom pricing attached. So as you are designing this system, it can create a custom balance of materials and price quote associated with that design. And once you get the system results, you can analyze the actual effects on the utility bills and the power flows and expected performance of the solar system and batteries. So this is obviously how you're going to be able to quickly design and create customized branded proposals, present any finance options and incentives associated with that project, and create an accurate proposal that's going to estimate the system performance and savings. And what we are trying to do is then enable our Engage app to track what was actually produced and actually saved versus what was in their proposal, to again provide a new level of transparency for consumers to track and manage the performance of their assets.
Great, thank you, Mark.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks, Mark and Vince. So now I'll go into a bit more details on the Eagle RS product launch, what we've done, the activities that we've done prior to launch, and some questions that might come up with respect to product availability and such. Okay, next slide, please. So what you see here, a couple images of the system in front mode as well as the side profile mode. You can see that it is a very clean and cohesive design that's streamlined to ease installation either outdoors or indoors. You'll see it is a two-person operation, but the packaging is quite slim. So from a handling perspective, it's actually quite easy to manage. Next slide. So in terms of the performance testing and safety, Jinko's goal is to provide a high quality product that is safe for our customers and their property. So to maximize safety, Jinko's battery solutions use LFP, lithium iron phosphate cells, to minimize the chances of thermal runaway versus other technologies such as NMC. And then bring it all together, the Eagle RS will also be UL 9540 system certified to assist installers in the permitting process for approvals. In terms of performance testing, Jinko has performed extensive testing both internally as well as at third-party labs. And this here, you'll see a picture of the system lab in California. It's going through testing that took place over a period of several months. Next slide. So in terms of the, actually, sorry, can you go back to the next slide, Sean? I think you skipped forward, or maybe I missed it. No, go back. This one, yeah. So getting into a bit more details on the testing, as I mentioned, over several months, the system has undergone over 1,000 hours of system testing against California Rule 21 standards, everything from round trip efficiency to state of health under different modes, and verification of communication to meet SunSpec standards. All the testing was done both at room temperature as well as in chamber elevated temperature to verify performance against different ambient conditions. And so having gone through all this, this increases Jinko's confidence that the Eagle RS will provide our customers with superior experience over the life of the system. Next slide, please. So in terms of product availability, I'm excited to say that we are now going to be providing, the product will be landing at our US distributors, authorized US distributors starting in Q1 2022. And to support that, we're doing events such as this, but also in-person and online installer training events that will be starting in January 2022. So there'll be more details sent out if you're a subscriber to Jinko emails or follow us on LinkedIn or Facebook. You can also see the system live at the upcoming InterSolar North America show, January 13th to 15th in Long Beach, California. And I believe ENACT will be there as well. So you can also see, meet with the team and get a demo of their system if you'd like. That concludes my presentation. Shelley?
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Todd, Mark, and Vince. That was very informative about these products and these exciting upgrades to the software. So yes, like Todd said, we are going to be at the North American InterSolar Summit in Long Beach, January 13th through 15th. So both of us will have a booth that you can come and interact with these products live and speak with the team. So now we'll go ahead and answer any questions. I think we had a few questions in the chat. This one is from Anthony. I believe this is for Todd's section. Are there any options for three-phase AC service?
Yes, we do have products for three-phase service. That's our C&I product, and that one, the smallest system that we have, I can reach out to you later, but the smallest system is 125 kilowatts.
Okay, great. We have a raised hand from one of our attendees here, Mr. and Mrs. Goyal. So I'll go ahead and allow them to talk. Hi, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, suppose I'm a residential owner, right? And I want to see the analysis, like if I want to install solar system on at my home, right? And I want to see what is the cost coming. So I hope your system will show that. But say, assumingly, there are companies into market who says this cost is high and they can provide me lower cost solution. So how do you deal with this kind of analysis? Are you guys clear with my question, or shall I repeat?
I think so. You're a residential homeowner looking to purchase solar?
Yes.
Okay.
And with ENACT system, so I understand I can do some analysis and I can see what is the projected cost, right, for the solution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, but say I did a comparative analysis into market as well, and I found a cheaper solution, which is not sponsored by ENACT, right? So how do you do a comparison with those kind of solutions into the market?
Great. So we have plenty of different options and different partners that we work with throughout the US. So it would determine, with our proposal, the numbers that we come up with. And I believe Mark or Vince can expand more on this, on how it compares and how to evaluate the cost comparisons versus the effectiveness of the system and the repayment. So if you would like us, we could go ahead and connect with you offline and discuss further on you with this.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have one more This is from Michael. Critical load backup was mentioned. Is Jinko coming out with an automatic transfer switch as well? If not, what third-party equipment are you recommending?
It comes with an automatic transfer switch.
Okay. All right, we have a few more here. Can it be used in AC coupled mode if I already have PV inverter or want to use another brand?
Yeah, so this system is a DC coupled option only. It's not available to be used in AC coupled mode.
Okay, great. How big of an essential loads panel for backup can be connected to the battery?
Yeah, so as I went through in the presentation, we have connect up to 48 amps at 120 volts AC. That means that the maximum circuit breaker size that you can connect to this is 60 amps per NEC code in the United States.
Okay, great. Here's another one. Is there a separate cost for the ENACT monitoring?
So when you purchase the system from Jinko, it comes with a 10-year warranty, and with that 10-year warranty, it also includes 10 years of monitoring, the ENACT monitoring.
Okay, great. Possibilities to parallel. What if the 48A 7.66 kilowatt is not enough?
So this system can't be paralleled. It is a single product. When we were designing this product, we determined that this was would be the most commonly spec'd out system. And so to simplify the SKU management for distributors, the only configuration available is 7.6, 26.2 kilowatt hours.
Okay, and then does anyone else have questions in the chat? We'll give it another minute or two for it. Okay, we have one more. What if all features are available for end customers as part of 10 years monitoring?
What are all features are available for any? Mark or Vince, you want to tackle that in terms of what's available? I think generally just being able to view your system performance, right?
Right. So everything I showed during the presentation will be available for the entire 10 years. So we're not going to take out any features during that time. What we're looking at is actually to enhance the monitoring within within our roadmap, so that way we can show you things, give you alert through text or email saying maybe your system's down, it's underproducing. So we want to engage with you and provide you additional information about your system.
Is parallel part of roadmap?
Yes, it's part of the roadmap, but we don't have anything to announce at this point in time.
Okay. One more question. One more minute for questions. And thank you, Michael, for being so engaging. Can it support any other shutdown devices other than Tigo or Tigo? So I don't know how to pronounce that.
The system ships from the factory. So the inverter has the Tigo transmitter installed at the factory before it ships. So the only option right now is to have it as to support Tigo rapid shutdown devices.
Okay, wonderful. believe that's all the questions we had for today. So again, from Mark, Vince, Todd, and myself, as well as Jeannie, Sabrina, and Glenn, who are also from Jinko on the call, we thank you for joining us today. We will send a recording of this webinar out, and you can connect with any of us directly on LinkedIn or also at the InterSolar Long Beach event, January 13th through 15th. And we hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you again for joining.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for hosting.